Welcome to our channel for everything driving, safety, and road test prep. In this video, we're breaking down the most important road signs you'll see on US streets, what they mean, how to respond, and why they matter. Let's start with a sign you see everywhere, but many people still get wrong. This is the one sign that, without fail, every driver needs to know and respect. It's a fundamental rule of the road. I'm talking about the stop sign. Its unique octagon shape is instantly recognizable. There's a very specific reason why this shape was chosen, and it's all about visibility and quick recognition. And the bold red color further enhances its visibility, grabbing your attention even from a distance. These features make it instantly recognizable even if it's partially obscured, like when it's covered in snow or splashed with mud. No matter the conditions, that shape and color should immediately register in your mind. No other sign uses this shape, which is a key part of what makes it so effective. The octagon is reserved exclusively for the stop sign, so when you see it, you always know exactly what's expected of you. There's no ambiguity, no room for misinterpretation, and that is a complete stop. Not a slow roll, not a near stop, but a full and complete cessation of movement. This sign is strategically placed at intersections, particularly those where cross-traffic is heavy or where limited visibility makes stopping absolutely essential to avoid collisions. It's a critical stopping point. Rolling through a stop sign, even at a very low speed, is incredibly dangerous. This seemingly small act of negligence can lead to serious crashes, with potentially devastating consequences. It's a major cause of T-bone collisions, which are among the most dangerous types of car accidents. First, as you approach the intersection, actively look for the thick white stop line painted on the pavement. This line serves as your primary guide for where to stop. Bring your vehicle to a complete stop before your front bumper crosses this designated white line. This ensures you're not encroaching into the intersection before you have the right of way. In situations where there's no visible stop line, your next point of reference is the crosswalk. Stop your vehicle before entering or obstructing the crosswalk area, and if there's neither a stop line nor a crosswalk, exercise extra caution. Stop your vehicle before the point where the intersection actually begins. Always prioritize stopping at a location that provides you with a clear and unobstructed view of cross traffic. However, be mindful not to stop in a way that blocks the path of other vehicles or pedestrians. After coming to a complete stop, the next crucial step is to thoroughly scan your surroundings. Develop a scanning pattern. Look left, then right, and then left again. This methodical approach helps ensure you don't miss any approaching vehicles, cyclists, or pedestrians. This established pattern is designed to maximize your awareness of potential hazards, allowing you to effectively spot cars, motorcycles, bicycles, and pedestrians who may be approaching or crossing the intersection. If your view is obstructed by parked cars, bushes, or other obstacles, inch forward very slowly and cautiously until you have a clear line of sight. When visibility is limited, patience is key. Never rush into the intersection. Performing rolling stops, where you slow down but don't come to a complete halt, is one of the most common reasons why new drivers fail their driving tests. More importantly, rolling stops significantly increase the risk of accidents. Committing to a full 3-second stop every time provides you with the necessary time to thoroughly scan the intersection, assess potential hazards, and react accordingly. Failing to make a complete stop can result in fines, points on your driving record, and increased insurance premiums. But the consequences can be far more severe, potentially leading to a collision with serious or even fatal outcomes. So, always take those extra few seconds to ensure a complete and thorough stop. It's a small price to pay for the invaluable reward of safety, both for yourself and for everyone else on the road. Remember, every stop you make is an opportunity to protect not only yourself, but also your passengers, pedestrians, and other drivers, contributing to a safer community for all. Let's talk about a sign that's all about courtesy and smooth traffic flow. Meet the yield sign, the stop sign's cousin. While they both manage right-of-way, they do so in slightly different ways. Understanding these differences is key to safe and efficient driving. Visually, it's easily recognizable. It's an inverted red and white triangle, a shape that immediately catches your eye and signals caution. The primary purpose of a yield sign is to tell you to give right-of-way to other vehicles, cyclists, or pedestrians. Unlike stop, where a complete halt is mandatory, you don't always halt at a yield sign. If the way is clear, and there's no approaching traffic, keep moving cautiously. But if traffic is approaching, if cyclists are present, or if pedestrians are crossing or about to cross, you must stop completely and wait for a safe opportunity to proceed. It's all about ensuring everyone's safety. Yield signs are strategically placed to keep traffic flowing smoothly and efficiently. They're used in situations where a full stop isn't always needed, preventing unnecessary delays. Common examples include highway on-ramps, where you're merging into faster-moving traffic, or roundabouts, where traffic circulates and you need to enter the flow safely. Your job as a driver is to assess the situation and react accordingly. First, adjust your speed as you approach the yield sign. Then, carefully scan for gaps in the traffic flow. Finally, merge into the traffic stream only when it's safe to do so, without causing other drivers to brake or swerve. Never force your way in, as this can lead to accidents. And don't let impatient drivers behind you rush your decision. Your safety and the safety of others is paramount. Not yielding when required can cause dangerous collisions, potentially resulting in serious injuries or even fatalities. Furthermore, failing to yield properly can disrupt traffic flow, leading to congestion and delays for everyone. As you approach a yield sign, remember these key steps. Cover the brake, preparing to stop if necessary. Scan for other vehicles, cyclists, and pedestrians. Check your mirrors and blind spots. Judge the size and speed of approaching traffic and carefully judge the gaps available. If in doubt, always wait for a bigger gap to ensure a safe merge. Yielding isn't a passive action, it's active and requires your full attention. Slow down, look carefully in all directions, and decide whether it's safe to proceed. Only go when you're absolutely certain that you won't make other drivers brake or swerve to avoid you. Let's talk about a sign that you'll see almost everywhere, but one that's often ignored or misunderstood: the speed limit sign. Set the maximum legal speed for ideal conditions. They're rectangular, white, and easy to spot. Those numbers are the law, not a suggestion. Speed limits are set by experts who consider road design, traffic, and hazards. But remember, the posted limit is for perfect weather and clear roads. If it's raining, foggy, or dark, slow down even if you're below the limit. That's the basic speed law: drive at a safe speed for current conditions. One of the biggest mistakes drivers make is treating the speed limit like a minimum instead of a maximum. But in reality, it's the fastest speed you're legally allowed to drive only when it's safe to do so. Some highways also have minimum speed signs to keep traffic moving safely. Too slow can be as dangerous as too fast. Always check your speed, adjust as needed, and respect the limits. Some states have nighttime speed limits or lower limits in construction zones, so always keep an eye out for temporary or variable speed signs. Driving too fast can reduce your reaction time, increase braking distance, lead to loss of control. Safe speed is smart. Driving, protect yourself and everyone around you. Now let's take a look at one of the most important warning signs you'll see before an intersection: the traffic signal ahead sign. This sign is not a traffic light itself. It's a heads up that one is coming soon. It warns you of a signal hidden by curves or hills. When you see it, ease off the gas and cover the brake. This gives you time to react if the light changes suddenly. Imagine flying down a highway and a light appears out of nowhere. This sign prevents that surprise. The sign is yellow and diamond-shaped, like most warning signs. It has a picture of a vertical traffic signal with red, yellow, and green circles shown on it. This sign helps prevent sudden braking when the light appears out of nowhere, rear-end collisions, and running red lights by accident. Especially at night or in bad weather, this warning sign gives you extra time to adjust your speed and focus. When you see this sign, ease off the gas pedal as you approach. Look ahead to locate the traffic light and check its color. If it's green, prepare to slow down just in case it changes. If it's yellow or red, brake smoothly and stop behind the line. Remember, this sign doesn't mean you must stop, but it means you might need to soon. Next, let's talk about a sign that protects the most vulnerable people on the road: pedestrians. I'm talking about the pedestrian crossing sign. This yellow warning sign plays a critical role in keeping walkers, joggers, and kids safe, especially in busy areas. So, what does this mean for you as a driver? When you see this sign, it means there's a pedestrian crossing nearby. Slow down and be ready to stop. Yield the right of way to any pedestrians already in or about to enter the crosswalk. In the U.S., pedestrians have the legal right of way at both marked and unmarked crosswalks, and if you don't yield, you could face serious fines or worse, cause a tragic accident. Where will you see these signs? Typically, they pop up near intersections without traffic lights, at mid-block crosswalks, around parks, schools, playgrounds, or shopping areas. Basically, anywhere there's lots of foot traffic. Some crossings add flashing beacons or pedestrian-activated signals, but a simple sign is often your only heads-up. Here's a big mistake to avoid: not slowing down when you see the sign, especially if it looks like no one's about to cross. The law is clear: if someone is waiting at the crosswalk, you must stop. If a pedestrian is already crossing your lane, you must yield. And never, ever, overtake another vehicle stopped at a crosswalk. There could be someone crossing in front of them that you can't see. So what should you do when you spot a pedestrian sign? Lift your foot off the gas and cover the brake. Scan both sides of the street for people approaching. If anyone's there, stop completely and wait until they're fully across your lane. Be patient. Rushing through a crosswalk is illegal and dangerous. This is a sign that deserves your full attention every single time you see it. Let's talk about a sign that deserves your full attention every single time you see it. The school zone sign. This isn't just about traffic rules. It's about protecting kids. Messing up here can have real serious consequences. Here's what it means for you as a driver. When you see a school zone sign, you're entering an area where kids might be walking, biking, or just being kids, especially at the start and end of the school day. Your job? Slow down to the posted school zone limit. That's usually 15 to 25 miles per hour depending on your state. Be extra alert. Watch for kids near the road. Obey crossing guards and always stop for pedestrians. Now, when are those lower speeds actually enforced? Look for flashing lights above or beside the sign. If those lights are on, the school zone speed limit is in effect. In some places, it's only enforced on school days, during drop-off or pickup times, or as marked by permanent signs. Always check for extra info like when flashing or signs that list specific times. Ignoring these signs? Not worth it. Speeding in a school zone is a big deal. Fines aren't just doubled. In some states, they're tripled. But it's not just about money. Going too fast or not yielding in a school zone could mean losing your license, going to court, or worst of all, causing a crash that could hurt or kill a child. Just one moment of distraction can change lives forever. So here's what to do every time. As soon as you see a school zone sign, slow down to the posted limit. Watch for kids walking, running, or biking. Obey the crossing guard if there is one. Put your phone away. In school zones, you need 100% of your attention on the road, and keep those lower speeds until you see the end school zone sign. Let's move on to a sign that looks simple but can quickly become dangerous if misunderstood. I'm talking about the merge sign, the one that warns you when two lanes are about to become one. The merge can happen from the right or the left, and it's one of those moments when every driver needs to know what to do. So, what does the merge sign actually look like? It's diamond-shaped, bright yellow, and has two black lines. There's one straight vertical line, which is your lane. Then, there's a curved line joining it from the right or left. Basically, the sign is saying, a lane is joining your lane. Be ready to share. Now keep in mind, this isn't like a lane ending out of nowhere. It's a gradual merge, two lanes blending into one smooth flow. When you spot a merge sign, here's what it means for you. Another lane will gradually merge into yours, from the right or left, depending on the sign. You need to stay alert, be courteous, and get ready to adjust your speed or lane position. If you're in the merging lane, you usually have to yield to the traffic already moving through, but that doesn't give others a free pass to be unhelpful. This is all about communication, timing, and knowing what's happening around you. Where will you see these signs? At highway on-ramps, construction zones, or places where an extra lane merges back into the main route. Ignoring a merge sign or being aggressive can lead to sideswipes, sudden braking, road rage, and those annoying slowdowns. Don't wait until the last second to react. These signs are your early warning. So what should you do when you see a merge sign? First, figure out which side is merging. Check your mirrors and blind spots early. Signal clearly, whether you're merging or letting someone in. If you're in the merging lane, be ready to yield. If you're in the through lane, create a gap when it's safe. Don't block others. Remember, merging isn't a race, it's about keeping traffic smooth and safe. When everyone understands and respects the merge, traffic flows better, tempers stay cool, and accidents are avoided. So next time you see those two little lines becoming one, merge early, merge safely, and help keep the road moving. Alright, you already know how to handle merge signs, but what happens when your lane doesn't just merge, it completely ends? That's where the lane end signs come in. And trust me, if you miss or ignore this sign, you might find yourself running out of road fast, What does the lane end sign mean for drivers? When you see a lane end sign, it means your lane is about to end completely. You must merge into the adjacent lane before the road narrows. You need to act quickly and safely. There's no shared merge space like with the merge signs. This is not a suggestion. It's a clear warning that you're running out of space. Where will you see it? You'll find lane end signs in construction zones where temporary lanes are removed, on highways where auxiliary or exit lanes taper off, on multi-lane roads that reduce from 3 to 2 or 2 to 1 lanes, in urban areas where roads narrow due to space or design. Dangers of ignoring lane end signs? If you ignore this sign and wait too long to merge, you could be forced off the road, cause a sideswipe crash, or create a traffic jam by cutting in too late. And let's be honest, no one likes the person who waits until the last second to squeeze in. What should you do when you see a lane end sign? Check which side is ending, right or left. If you're in the lane that's ending, signal early. Check your mirrors and blind spots. Adjust your speed and merge smoothly into the open lane. Avoid aggressive merging or cutting in at the last moment. And if you're in the lane that's continuing, don't block others. Be courteous. Let them in safely if possible. But what about when a lane is actually being added to the road? That's where the added lane sign comes in. When you see this sign, the good news is, you don't have to merge. Instead, you need to pay attention to new traffic entering next to you. When you spot this sign, another lane is joining, but you do not need to merge. Traffic will be entering right next to you, so stay alert. Keep in your lane, but keep an eye out for vehicles beside you. Remember, this isn't like a merge sign. Nobody has to fight for space. You and the entering cars both keep rolling ahead in your own lanes. Basically, it means the road is opening up, but your attention still matters. Why does this sign matter? Because even though you don't need to merge, it's a heads up. Traffic flow is changing. New cars might enter beside you, or other drivers might switch lanes if they don't want to stay in the new one. So, this is your warning. Pay attention. Traffic patterns are changing, even if you're not the one changing lanes. When you see the added lane sign, check which side the new lane is coming from. Stick to your lane unless you plan to move over later. Watch for new vehicles beside you and never drift toward the new lane without signaling. Other drivers might change lanes too, especially if it's crowded. The added lane sign means more room, more lanes, and less merging stress. But that doesn't mean you can tune out. Keep checking your mirrors, stay aware, and drive with confidence. Next up, construction and work zone signs. How to stay alert, avoid fines, and keep road crews safe.
Now, let's talk about signs that mean business, the kind you don't want to ignore. We're talking about construction zone or work zone signs, the bright orange warnings that say, slow down, stay alert, conditions ahead are changing fast. These signs don't just protect workers, they protect you too. Construction zone signs are bright orange, diamond-shaped in most cases, sometimes rectangular if they display speed limits or messages. Some work zones also use electronic message boards, flashing lights, or cones and barriers to guide you. When you see these signs, it means road conditions ahead are temporary and unpredictable. You may encounter narrow lanes, workers, heavy equipment, or uneven pavement. You must slow down, stay focused, and follow all posted instructions. In many states, traffic fines double in work zones, especially if workers are present. Every year, thousands of crashes happen in construction zones, often because drivers are distracted by their phones, speeding through the area, or failing to yield or merge properly. What to do when you enter a work zone? Slow down immediately. Eliminate distractions. No texting, no calls. Watch for cones, workers, flaggers, and lane markings. Obey reduced speed limits even if no workers are visible. Merge early and be patient. Delays are temporary, safety is permanent. If there's a flagger with a stop-slow paddle, their direction overrides all signs. Follow their signals. Let's take a closer look at 5 key signs that help keep both drivers and workers safe when normal road rules are temporarily changed. Let's start with the flagger ahead sign. This sign is usually orange and diamond-shaped, with the words flagger ahead, or an icon of a person holding a flag. This isn't a suggestion. It means there's a person ahead directing traffic. Not a traffic light, not a sign. A real person. When you see it, slow down and pay close attention. The flagger's instructions override everything else, even your GPS. Their job is to keep chaos in check, Your job is to follow their lead. Ignoring a flagger is dangerous and illegal. The next sign? The Workers at Work sign means people are just feet from your car. This sign shows a silhouette of a construction worker wearing a hard hat and using a shovel. Slow down immediately and, if possible, move over to give them space. These signs serve as a shield for people performing tough and dangerous jobs. Expect to see people on foot, equipment moving, or reduced road space. You must slow down, and in some states, change lanes if possible. Fines double in work zones for a reason. Even if you don't see workers, the rules still apply. The moment you see that orange sign, you're on their turf. Treat it with the caution and respect it deserves. Next, shoulder work ahead means the shoulder is now an active work site, not a safe zone. Stay off the shoulder unless it's a true emergency. Give workers plenty of space and equipment plenty of space. Don't get complacent, especially at highway speeds. Even a small drift can be catastrophic. That sign is a request for extra room and attention. Stay in your lane and let them work safely. The double reverse curve sign warns of sharp back-to-back turns ahead. Slow down before the first curve. Don't wait until you're in it. These curves are especially tricky in bad weather or at night. This sign is pure safety info. It's about the shape of the road, not just construction. Take it seriously every time. Finally, the detour arrow means your usual route is closed. No shortcuts, no exceptions. Follow the detour signs, not your GPS. These routes are planned to keep you safe and away from hazards. Stay alert for the next sign, even if you're in unfamiliar territory. The orange signs are the authority here. Following them is the safest way to your destination. Work zone signs aren't just rules. They're a partnership between drivers and workers. Our job is to pay attention and respect the people rebuilding our roads. Slow down, put the phone away, and give them your focus. Every orange cone is a handshake agreement. You drive safe, they get the job done. Next time you see those signs, remember the invisible work behind them. We all play a part in keeping the roads safe.
Let's talk about two signs that every driver needs to recognize instantly because missing them could put you head-to-head with oncoming traffic. I'm talking about the do not enter and wrong way signs. They're simple, but trust me, they're lifesavers. First up, the do not enter sign. Picture a red circle with a white horizontal bar in the middle, and the words do not enter in white above and below that bar. You'll find this sign at the start of one-way streets, if you're coming from the wrong end. You'll also see it at highway exit ramps, divided roadways, parking lots, or any restricted access areas. So what does it mean? You're about to enter a road in the wrong direction. That's your cue to stop immediately. No slowing down, no yielding, just a full stop. You have to turn around or find another route. If you ignore it, you could face a head-on crash or some pretty serious legal trouble. Now let's talk about the wrong way sign. It's a red rectangle with bold white letters spelling out wrong way. Usually it's posted right after a do not enter sign as a final warning. If you see both, you're driving directly against traffic. Here's what you do. Stop. Pull over safely if you can and turn around as soon as it's safe. Do not keep going. This is your last chance before something tragic happens. Continuing could lead to a fatal head-on collision. These signs matter because they're always in high-risk spots. Freeway exits, confusing intersections, or rural roads at night when it's hard to see. Missing just one sign can lead to disaster. If you ever spot one, stop immediately. Pull over if safe, but don't reverse blindly. Wait for a safe spot to turn around. Look for other signs or road markings to help get you back on track. If you're confused, turn on your hazard lights and call for help. Bonus tip: always read signs when turning onto new streets or ramps. Don't rely just on GPS, especially in parking lots or near freeway exits. At night, watch for red reflectors. Those usually mean you're facing the wrong way. Remember, do not enter and wrong way signs aren't there to slow you down. They're there to save lives. They don't give you second chances, so when you see one, stop, check your direction, and get back on track, because wrong way means no way. Next up, railroad crossing signs. How to spot them, what the different versions mean, and how to cross safely every time. Trains don't stop for cars, so when you see a railroad crossing sign, it's your signal to slow down, look, and listen. Let's take a closer look at two of the most important signs you'll see near train tracks: the railroad crossing ahead warning sign and the railroad crossbuck sign at the actual crossing. Both signs are simple, but they can save lives. First up, the railroad crossing ahead sign. This one is round and yellow, with a large black X and the letters R on both sides. It's actually the only round traffic sign used in the US. When you spot it, you're approaching a railroad crossing. You've got to slow down, look for train signals, and be ready to stop. You'll usually see it 150 to 750 feet before the tracks, depending on the speed limit and how clear the view is. Now, the railroad crossbuck sign. This sign is white with black letters, shaped like a big X. It says railroad crossing, one word on each arm, and it's placed right at the tracks. The crossbuck is the official sign for a railroad crossing. It means you're at the tracks. Yield to any train that's coming. If there's more than one track, a small sign below shows how many you need to check. Sometimes the crossbuck is combined with flashing red lights, gates that lower, or a bell. But don't just rely on signals. Always look and listen for yourself. Trains are powerful and fast, and they can't swerve or stop quickly. So every time you approach a crossing, slow down, look both ways, turn down your music, and never stop on the tracks. Make sure you can fully cross before entering. If signals activate, stop at least 15 feet away. Never try to beat the train. The risk isn't worth it. Ignoring railroad signs can mean hefty fines, license points, legal charges, or worse, a fatal accident. Whether the gate is down or just the crossbuck is present, the law and logic is clear. Trains always have the right of way. The railroad crossing signs may look quiet, but they warn of one of the biggest and most dangerous vehicles on Earth. So when you see the round yellow warning or the white X, remember, stop, look, listen, live. Let's now cover two essential regulatory signs: no right turn and no left turn. These signs are vital for keeping traffic flowing safely and preventing dangerous turns at intersections. Let's take a look at both. No right turn sign. This sign is a white square with a black arrow pointing right, overlaid with a red circle and a red slash across the arrow. It means you are not allowed to make a right turn at the upcoming intersection. The restriction could be permanent, time-based, or for specific lanes only. You might see this at intersections near one-way streets where turning right could interfere with oncoming traffic, or in areas with bike lanes, rail lines, or pedestrian-heavy crossings. No left turn sign. This one is nearly identical, but the arrow points left. It means left turns are not allowed from your current lane or direction. You must proceed straight or follow a detour or alternate route. These are common where left turns would block traffic, at divided roads without a median crossover, or in places where visibility is poor or left turns are simply too risky. Turning against one of these signs doesn't just break the law, it puts you and others in danger. You might cut off oncoming vehicles, interrupt pedestrian crossings, or cause a crash with vehicles traveling on green. In many states, violating a no-turn sign can result in a traffic citation, fines, or points on your license, or mandatory traffic school for repeat offenses. So what should you do when you see these signs? Observe the arrow direction, right or left. Look for any time-based restrictions like no left turn 4-6 p.m. Do not turn in that direction, even if the road looks clear. Proceed straight or follow signage for an alternate turn location. Check road markings. The turn lane may be physically blocked or painted with arrows to guide you. So the next time you see a red slash over an arrow, don't take a chance. Those signs are there for a reason, to keep you safe and keep traffic moving smoothly. No right turn, don't turn right. No left turn, stay straight and turn safely later. It's that simple. If you're a new driver, you need to spot these signs fast. No U-turn and no U-turn or left turn. They're strict for a reason. Let's break down what they mean for you. No U-turn signs are pretty clear. A black U-shaped arrow with a red circle and slash through it. It means no flipping around at this intersection or on that stretch of road. U-turns are strictly off limits. You'll usually see these signs where making a U-turn would be dangerous, like intersections with fast traffic, divided highways, or spots near schools and fire stations. Trying to reverse direction here is unsafe, or flat out illegal. Now there's the no U-turn or left turn sign. This one combines both restrictions, a U-shaped arrow crossed out, and a left-pointing arrow crossed out. Translation, you can't turn left and you can't make a U-turn. Your only options? Go straight or turn right if it's allowed. These show up at tricky intersections, areas with median barriers, or where traffic flow needs to stay smooth. Why does it matter? U-turns and left turns are two of the riskiest moves you can pull as a driver, especially where traffic's heavy. Ignore these signs and you risk collisions, fines, license points, or even traffic camera tickets. So what do? Spot the signs. If the arrows are crossed out, don't try those turns. stick to going straight, or make a right if it's safe and legal. If you're new to the area, plan ahead and use your GPS to avoid any surprises. When the sign says no turn, it means it. Play it safe. Keep moving forward and turn only where it's allowed.
You found a spot, you're ready to park. But wait, what's that sign? If it says no parking, you better keep moving. The no parking sign looks simple, but misunderstanding it could cost you time, money, or even your car. Most no parking signs are rectangular, with a white background. A large red P with a red circle and slash through it. Often includes additional text specifying time restrictions, days of the week, or exceptions like loading zones or permit holders. The message is clear. You cannot park your vehicle in that area during the restricted times. But you may still be allowed to stop temporarily to load or unload passengers. Just don't turn off the engine and leave the car. That's considered parking. You'll typically find no parking signs near fire hydrants, on busy streets during rush hour, in school zones, or along curbs with visibility or access concerns. Some cities also use temporary no parking signs for street cleaning, construction, or special events. Parking in a no parking zone may lead to a parking ticket, towing of your vehicle, wasted time trying to recover your car, or insurance complications, if your parked car is involved in an incident. And depending on local laws, repeated violations can lead to heavier fines or license penalties. Read the full sign carefully. Check for dates, hours, or exceptions. If the restriction is active, do not park there, even for a few minutes. If allowed to stop briefly, such as for drop-off, stay in the vehicle. Look for alternate parking zones nearby. If in doubt, don't risk it. Enforcement is often strict and unforgiving. The no parking sign isn't out to get you. It's there to keep traffic flowing, fire lanes clear, and streets safe. So when you see that red P with a line through it, just keep driving. Your wallet will thank you later.
If you love saving time at red lights but hate breaking the rules, here's the sign you need to watch out for. No turn on red. Let's break down what it really means. That simple black and white sign, no turn on red, isn't just a suggestion. It means, even if the intersection is empty, you cannot turn in the posted direction while the light is red. You have to wait for green. No exceptions, unless the sign lists specific times. You'll spot these signs near schools, hospitals, busy crosswalks, or anywhere visibility is tricky and safety is a big concern. Traffic engineers put them up to protect pedestrians and prevent accidents, especially where a normal right on red could be risky. Ignore it, and you're looking at more than just a slap on the wrist. Disobeying a no turn on red sign is a moving violation, with fines, points on your license, and potential tickets from cameras or police. Worse, you could hit a pedestrian, collide with another car, or block traffic. So, at every red light, stop, check for the sign. If it's there, wait for green, no matter what other drivers are doing. Turning on red is convenient, but only when it's safe and legal. Don't rush it. Wait for green and make the turn the right way.
Think a green light means you're good to go left? Not so fast. Let's talk about the left turn yield on green sign. It's that white rectangle you'll spot at busy intersections, and it's more important than it looks. Here's what it means. You can turn left on a green circular light, but only if the coast is clear. That means you must yield to both oncoming traffic and any pedestrians crossing. Don't even think about turning until you're absolutely sure it's safe. Why does this sign matter? Because a lot of people mix up the green circle and the green arrow. A green arrow? That's a protected turn. No oncoming cars, you're good to go. But a green circle with this sign? Not protected. You have to wait for a gap. Turn too soon and you could face a head-on collision, hit a pedestrian, or get a ticket for failing to yield. Not worth the risk. You'll see left turn yield on green signs where there's no dedicated arrow and lots of through traffic. The rules? Watch for the green light, but don't rush. Check for oncoming cars. They have the right of way. Wait for a safe gap and keep an eye out for people in the crosswalk. Be patient, stay in the intersection, and don't block cross traffic. Only turn when you're 100% sure the path is clear. This is the kind of careful judgment driving tests look for. So remember, green doesn't always mean go. Sometimes it means look, wait, and then go carefully.
If you think a turn sign is just a helpful hint, think again. See that arrow? That's your only legal move. Turn right and turn left signs are regulatory signs, which means you're legally required to follow them. Ignore one, and you could end up with a ticket, a collision, or heading straight into oncoming traffic. You'll spot these signs at T-intersections, at freeway ramps, divided roads, and in construction zones or detour routes. Basically, places where going straight isn't an option or is flat-out dangerous. So, what should you do when you see one? Look at the arrow. It tells you the only direction you're allowed to go. Prepare for the turn. Check your mirrors, signal early, and slow down. Do not try to go straight or turn the opposite way. Follow all lane markings. They're there to guide you safely. If you're in an unfamiliar area, don't panic. Make the turn, then let your GPS catch up once you're safely through. Turn signs are simple but serious. When the arrow tells you where to go, don't guess, don't argue, don't improvise. Let's talk about the curve right and curve left signs. You'll spot these as part of the warning sign family. They're not there to boss you around, but to tell you what's coming so you can handle it safely. So, what do they look like? Picture this: a bright yellow diamond-shaped sign with a bold black arrow curving to the right or left. That's your heads up. Sometimes there's a little plaque underneath with a suggested speed. These signs aren't for sharp, sudden turns or intersections. They're advance warnings for gentle, drawn-out curves, those sweeping bends you'll find on highways, back roads, or mountain routes. The message is simple. The road ahead will curve in this direction. It's your cue to slow down, stay in your lane, and get ready for a little steering action. You'll usually see these signs before long curves on open highways, rural stretches, or hilly and forested areas where you can't see what's coming. Sometimes on really winding roads, you'll see a bunch of them one after another. Why do these signs matter? Because ignoring them can spell trouble. Lose focus or speed through, and you risk drifting out of your lane, losing control, or worse, hitting a guardrail, a tree, or even oncoming traffic. Even pros can misjudge a curve, especially if it's dark, raining, or icy, or if they're going too fast. So, when you see a curve sign, here's what to do. Check the direction of the arrow. Is it right or left? Ease off the gas before the curve, especially if there's a suggested speed. Stay centered in your lane. Don't brake in the middle of the curve, slow down beforehand, and keep both hands on the wheel, eyes on the road ahead. You never know what's hiding around the bend. Remember, curve signs are all about control and anticipation. See that arrow? Trust it. Ease up, follow the road, and ride the curve smooth and safe. One curve is easy to handle, but what if the road bends twice in opposite directions? That's when you'll see a reverse curve sign. And it's your warning to stay sharp, slow down, and steer carefully. Let's break down the reverse curve right and reverse curve left signs. These signs are yellow, diamond-shaped warning signs. They feature a black arrow that curves in one direction, then back in the opposite direction, like an elongated S. If the curve starts to the right, it's a reverse curve right. If it starts to the left, it's a reverse curve left. This is not two separate curve signs. It's one sign warning you of two connected curves, one right after the other. The road ahead doesn't just bend once, it bends twice in opposite directions. Both curves are typically gentle, but they're continuous, meaning you'll be steering back to back. You need to reduce speed, stay focused, and maintain control throughout the curves. You'll often see this sign followed by a suggested speed limit plaque underneath, such as 35 miles per hour. You'll usually find reverse curve signs on rural roads, in hilly or forested areas, before narrow bridges, cliffs, or areas with limited visibility, and in older city areas where streets follow natural land contours. Check the direction of the first curve, right or left. Reduce speed to the posted or suggested limit. Keep both hands on the wheel. This isn't the place to relax. Maintain smooth steering. Don't overcorrect between curves. Stay centered in your lane and watch for hidden hazards around the bends. Many drivers misjudge reverse curves, especially in rain or snow, at night, or when driving too fast. Oversteering or panicking between the curves can lead to running off the road, loss of control, or collisions with barriers or oncoming vehicles. The reverse curve sign may look like a simple squiggle, but it's your warning to stay alert, slow down, and steer smart. So, when the arrow bends right then left, or left then right, don't take it lightly, bow. Stay in control. Ride the curves safely. But what if the road turns sharply, twice in a row, in opposite directions? That's when you'll see a reverse turn sign. And it's your cue to gear down, grip the wheel, and steer with care. Let's break down the winding road, right and winding road left signs. These are yellow diamond-shaped warning signs made to grab your attention. The arrow on them? It's not just a casual curve, it bends back and forth at least 3 times. If the first curve turns right, that's the winding road right sign. If it bends left, it's winding road left. This isn't a single sharp turn and it's not a reverse curve, it's an alert. Multiple curves are coming up, packed close together. That means you'll need to steer smooth and steady, no jerky moves. Don't be surprised if there's a speed advisory below, like 30 miles per hour. Take it seriously, especially on mountain or forest roads, or anywhere the land gets twisty. You'll find these signs before stretches of road that can't be taken safely at high speed, often in scenic areas, older routes, or places where the terrain winds naturally. Always note which way the first curve goes, slow down, and keep both hands on the wheel. Stay centered, don't cut corners. Watch out for hidden driveways, cyclists, animals, or debris. Winding roads might look pretty, but they're risky, especially in rain, snow, or darkness. Fast speeds or sudden steering can lead to skids, going off the road, or even rollovers. So next time you see that squiggly arrow, read the sign, follow the curves, and drive smart. Let the road wind, but never let your focus unwind. If the road ahead looks like a roller coaster on a map, you're about to meet the winding road sign. Buckle up, let's decode what it means and how to handle it. 1 or 2 curves? No big deal. But when you spot the winding road sign, a yellow diamond with a black squiggly arrow, you're in for 3 or more back-to-back bends. Here's how to tell which sign you're seeing. If the squiggle starts to the right, it's a winding road right sign. If it starts left, you've got a winding road left sign. Unlike the reverse curve sign, which warns of just 2 curves, the winding road sign signals a whole series. These aren't sharp turns, but they keep coming, so you'll need smooth, steady steering. Slow down. These signs often show up with a suggested speed like 30 miles per hour to help you stay safe. You'll see them in the hills, forests, mountains, or anywhere the road follows the land. When you spot a winding road sign, check which way the first curve goes. Drop your speed before you enter. Keep both hands on the wheel. Look ahead and scan through the whole curve series. Steer gently and stay centered in your lane. Winding roads take extra focus, especially in rain, snow, or fog. Take them too fast and you risk sliding, crossing lanes, or worse. Remember, that squiggly sign isn't just for looks. Let the road wind. Just don't let your attention unwind. The road ahead splits, but not like you think. You're not choosing between 2 lanes, you're entering a divided path, and both directions have traffic. That's when you'll see the double arrow sign. A bold warning that traffic flows to both the left and right of an obstacle or split in the road. What does the double arrow sign look like? It's a yellow diamond-shaped warning sign. It features a black vertical stem with 2 large arrows pointing. One left, one right. The arrows curve slightly away from the center like a Y turned upside down. This is not a lane choice sign. It's a warning of a split in the road or an obstruction you must go around. What does it mean for drivers? You're approaching a divided roadway or obstruction like a traffic island, median, or narrow divider. Traffic flows to both sides of that obstacle, so you must go either left or right depending on your lane. No going straight. That path is blocked. You'll often see this sign at the end of a T intersection or just before a median island in the road. When will you see the double arrow sign? At the end of dead-end streets that tee into a major divided road, where the road splits around an object like a traffic circle, raised median, or barrier. At intersections with divided highways where each side has separate traffic flow. In parking lots or city centers with traffic islands. What should you do when you see a double arrow sign? Be prepared to slow down. An obstruction or split is just ahead. Look for lane markings or curbs showing which side you should drive on. Do not go straight, the way ahead is blocked or not accessible. Yield if needed. There may be cross traffic or limited visibility. Stay in your lane, follow the arrows, and go around, not through. 2 arrows. 1 message. The center is closed, take the sides, stay safe. Big vehicles, beware, not every bridge, tunnel, or overpass has room to spare. When height matters, the low clearance sign is your critical warning to stop, check, and measure twice before moving forward. Let's break down what it means, and why ignoring it can be dangerous and expensive. The space between the road and the overhead structure, like a bridge, tunnel, or overpass, is less than the standard clearance. Tall vehicles like trucks, recreational vehicles, box vans, buses, or campers may not fit. You must know your vehicle's exact height, especially with loaded cargo. This is not a suggestion. Hitting an overpass or tunnel roof can cause severe vehicle damage, major traffic disruptions, costly repairs, injury, or worse. You'll typically spot low clearance signs before tunnels, bridges, or underpasses, on urban delivery routes, older roads, or railroad overpasses, at parking garages, drive-thrus, or covered loading zones, on secondary roads where clearance hasn't been updated to modern standards. Sometimes the sign is paired with flashing lights, advance warnings, or alternate route suggestions. When you see a low clearance sign, check your vehicle height, including cargo or attachments like rooftop carriers or ladders. If your vehicle exceeds the posted clearance, do not enter. Slow down and look for an alternate route. Many areas have designated detours for tall vehicles. If you're unsure, stop and check manually. Better safe than stuck or crashed. Each year, thousands of bridge strikes happen because drivers ignore or misjudge low clearance signs. Even a few inches too tall can result in ripped-off roofs, collapsed trailers, and stuck vehicles blocking roads. In cities and industrial zones, these signs are especially important for delivery drivers and truckers. The low clearance sign might look simple, just a number on a yellow background. But for tall vehicles, it's a critical red flag. Know your height, respect the sign, avoid the crunch. Because there's no ducking under this one. If you're too tall, turn around. Stop treating road signs like suggestions. When you see keep right or keep left, there's only one way to go. I'll show you how to spot these signs and what to do, every single time. Keep right and keep left signs pop up when the road splits around an obstacle, think medians, islands, or even a line of construction barrels. These signs don't give you options, they give you instructions. One way only, no guesswork allowed. So what do they look like? They're upright, white rectangles with bold black arrows curving around a block. Under or beside that arrow, you'll see keep right or keep left. Arrow curves right, keep right. Arrow curves left, you guessed it, keep left. The arrow shows you exactly how to steer. When you spot one of these, immediately check for the obstruction ahead, maybe a barrier traffic island or construction zone. Follow the arrow, pass only on the side it shows, and stay in your lane, especially if traffic is merging or splitting. Never swerve across to the opposite side, that's both illegal and dangerous. Ignore these signs, and you risk head-on collisions, smashing into barriers, or causing chaos in tight construction spaces. Bottom line, one arrow, one direction, no debate. Obey the sign, steer calmly, and always pass safely around the obstacle. Sometimes traffic only goes one way, and if you drive the wrong way, you're risking a dangerous head-on collision. If the arrow points right, traffic flows only to the right. If it points left, only to the left. You're entering, or already on, a one-way street. That means drive only in the direction the arrow is pointing. No turns, no U-turns, no backing up against the arrow, period. You'll often see one-way signs paired with do not enter or wrong-way signs facing the opposite direction. You'll find these signs at busy intersections, downtown grids, multi-lane one-ways, T-intersections, parking garage exits, ramps, and looped exits. They help traffic flow and reduce chaos. When you spot a one-way sign, check the arrow. Make sure you're driving that way or turning that way. Never drive or back up in the opposite direction. Watch out for pedestrians and cyclists. They flow with traffic too. At intersections, never turn into a one-way street going the wrong way. Here's why it matters. Driving the wrong way is a serious violation. It causes head-on crashes, especially in cities. Common mistakes: turning without checking the sign, blindly trusting GPS, or not noticing the flow in parking lots or new areas. One way means one way. No guessing, no exceptions. Follow the arrow. This sign tells you traffic now flows in both directions. It's not just about arrows, it's about sharing the road. Trust me, you want to pay attention. The two-way traffic sign is your heads up that traffic is moving in both directions now. That means cars could be coming toward you, not just alongside you. When you spot this sign, stay on your side of the center line. No drifting. You might not have a median or barrier anymore, so passing gets riskier, especially on narrow or winding roads. So, where will you see it? When a divided highway ends, after leaving a one-way street in construction zones where lanes shift, on bridges, or out on rural roads without dividers? Basically, anywhere you might expect one-way traffic, but need a heads up that it isn't. When you see the two-way traffic sign, slow down. Prepare for oncoming cars. Keep right of the center line and don't pass unless it's clearly safe and legal. Watch for headlights at night, big vehicles, and even cyclists or pedestrians in narrow spots. This sign matters because switching from one-way to two-way traffic can catch you off guard. Ignore it, and you risk a head-on collision or making a bad call when passing. 2 arrows, 1 big message. You're not alone in your lane anymore. Stay alert, keep right, and always watch for traffic headed your way. Lane control and turn regulation signs don't warn, they instruct. They tell me exactly what movements are allowed from my lane at or near an intersection. Let's break them down one by one. Straight through only. Picture a white rectangular sign, a black upward pointing arrow, and often the word only underneath. This means I must go straight ahead. No turns from this lane. I'll usually see it at intersections where turning is restricted, or on multi-lane roads separating turn lanes from through lanes. Right turn only. This one's a white sign with a curved arrow pointing right, usually with only below it. I have to turn right, no going straight or left. I'll spot these at T-intersections or exits where traffic must flow right because of medians or barriers. Left turn only. It's a white sign, curved arrow pointing left and labeled only. I can only turn left here, no straight or right turns. These show up on dedicated left turn lanes or places where only left turns are permitted to enter another road. Straight through and right turn. This sign has 2 arrows, 1 straight, 1 curving right, sometimes labeled straight or right. From this lane I can go straight or turn right. Both moves are allowed. These are in shared lanes before intersections, helping manage traffic flow flexibly. Advance intersection lane control. It looks like a diagram with 3 vertical arrows, each for a lane. Arrows might show left turn, straight, right turn, or combos like straight plus left. This tells me what moves are allowed from each lane, usually before big intersections, so I can get in the right lane early. Two-way left turn only. This one shows opposing curved arrows pointing left, away from a center line. It means I'm in the center lane, reserved for left turns from both directions. I can't drive through or pass here. Just use it briefly to make a left turn, and watch for other cars doing the same. Extra tip. Never drive in a two-way left turn lane except to prepare for a turn. Use it only for a short distance, and yield to oncoming drivers also turning left. These signs tell me what I can and must do from my lane. Ignoring them can lead to crashes, tickets, or both. So, I read the arrows, plan my move, and get in the right lane early. Lane signs mean lane safety. Exposing the secrets behind one of the most ignored road signs. The side road sign could save you from a nasty collision. Here's how to read it, and why it matters. The side road sign is simple, a straight line for the main road, with a smaller line branching off at a right angle. If the branch is on the right, that means a road is joining in from your right. Same for the left side. Easy, right? These yellow diamond-shaped signs pop up most on rural or suburban roads, or just before hidden intersections. Think wooded areas, hills, or anywhere with tricky curves. Why? Because that's where you're least likely to see a car, truck, or cyclist suddenly pulling out. When you spot this sign, don't just cruise by, ease off the gas a bit. Watch for vehicles turning onto the main road or slowing down to make a turn. Remember, there's no guarantee of a stop sign or traffic light. It's all about your awareness. Don't assume you have the right of way. Always scan side traffic, especially if you're turning. Signal early, check your mirrors, and expect someone could misjudge your speed. Most drivers ignore this warning. And that's when rear-end collisions or last-second swerves happen. That simple sign means, heads up, someone could be joining your path. Stay focused, expect cross-traffic, and give space. Because when roads meet from the side, surprises happen fast. Why do so many rural roads have that yellow sign with a bold black plus? It means you're about to hit a 4-way intersection. Here's what you need to know. The Crossroad sign is simple, a yellow diamond with a black plus right in the middle. The vertical line? That's the main road you're on. The horizontal line? That's another road about to cross yours at a 90-degree angle. When you see this sign, get ready. You're rolling up on an intersection where traffic might come from both the left and right. That means, scan for cross traffic, watch for cars slowing down, and don't be surprised if you spot a stop or yield sign. This sign doesn't tell you who goes first. It just says you're not alone. So always check the signs and traffic at the intersection itself. You'll find crossroad signs on quiet highways, rural stretches, or older neighborhoods with grid layouts. Now, if you spot a similar yellow diamond but with two black lines not quite across from each other, that's the offset side road sign. It warns you about side roads that don't line up, so drivers might turn in or out at weird angles. In both cases, slow down, look both ways, and expect the unexpected. Stay alert, and you'll be ready for whatever's coming. Some road signs are giving you a heads up, but it's easy to miss what they really mean. Let's break it down. The side road with parallel tracks sign shows a main road, a side road branching off, and railroad tracks running right next to that side road. The tracks don't cross your path directly. Instead, they run along the side road super close to where you're turning. So, if you're turning onto that side road, or someone else is, you might roll right onto train tracks or drive alongside them without much warning. You'll spot these signs in rural areas near rail yards or in industrial zones, basically, places where train tracks sneak up beside the road. Here's what you do. Slow down. Look for crossbucks, flashing lights, or bells. Never stop on the tracks if you're waiting to turn. Stay alert for trains and always check both ways. There's a similar sign for crossroads with parallel tracks. Picture a regular intersection. But one of those roads has train tracks running alongside it, not across it. If you turn or cross, those tracks could be right where you're headed. Bottom line, these signs mean tracks might not cross you, but turning puts you right next to them. Stay sharp, watch for trains, and never stop on or too close to the tracks. Lane end signs look like this. A yellow diamond with two black lines. One line stays straight, and the other tapers inward, like the road is narrowing from one side. If the right line narrows, that means lane end's right. If the left one tapers, it's lane end's left. You'll usually see these before construction zones, bridges, tunnels, or when an on-ramp narrows fast. What does it mean for you? If you're in the lane that's ending, signal early and merge smoothly into the lane that keeps going. If you're in the continuing lane, keep an eye out and let merging traffic in. Don't race and squeeze, use the zipper method when it's busy. Now, single lane transition signs. These also use a yellow diamond. This time you'll see two arrows or lines gently merging into one, like a tapered V. It means both lanes are blending into a single lane. Unlike lane ends, neither lane keeps going as is. Both sides have to adjust and merge together. So everyone needs to signal, merge early, and be patient. Why do these signs matter? Lane ends means just one side yields and merges. Single lane transition means both sides merge equally. Either way, stay alert, signal early, and share the road. You're driving along and you spot a series of yellow rectangular signs with bold black arrowheads, chevrons, pointing in the same direction. These aren't just ordinary curve warnings, they're chevron signs, your personal guide through the sharpest, most attention-grabbing turns on the road. Whether the chevrons point right or left, here's what they're telling me. There's a sharp horizontal curve ahead and I should follow the direction of the arrows, literally. These signs come in groups, not just one, and they trace the entire curve. That way, even if it's pitch black or raining hard, I can see where the road is heading. You'll find these chevron signs anywhere the road gets tricky. Tight mountain switchbacks, cliffside turns, exit ramps, S-curves out in the country, or even complex interchanges in the city. Basically, if going the usual speed would be dangerous, that's where chevrons pop up, lining the road like a trail of breadcrumbs. So when you see these arrows, here's what I do. I slow down, usually to whatever speed is posted on an advisory sign like 25 miles per hour. I use the chevrons as a visual guide for my steering path, following the curve they outline. I make sure not to jerk the wheel or oversteer, I just keep a smooth, steady line. I stay alert for hazards like wet pavement, oncoming traffic, or poor visibility because these curves are no joke, especially at night. Why does all this matter? Because sharp curves are some of the most dangerous spots on any road. Ignoring chevron signs can mean losing control, running off the road, or hitting a guardrail. But when I pay attention to chevrons, the risk drops dramatically, because now I can see the curve coming, and I know exactly where to steer. So when I spot those chevrons, pointing right or left, I see a clear message. Turn here, and do it carefully. I slow down, follow the curve, and stay in my lane. On every sharp twist, Those chevrons are my lifesavers, guiding me safely, one arrow at a time. Let's talk about those pedestrian signs you'll see almost everywhere, and what you actually need to do when you spot them. First up, the yield, here to pedestrian sign. This one means I have to slow down, maybe even stop, if there's anyone about to cross at the crosswalk ahead. It's usually paired with big white triangles painted on the road. Those are called yield lines. My job? Yield the right of way. I need to stop before those triangles if someone's walking or even just waiting to cross. Next, there's the stop here for pedestrian sign. This is a bit stricter. When I see this, I've got to come to a complete stop at the sign or the white stop line on the road if a pedestrian is in the crosswalk or about to step in. No rolling stops, and I definitely shouldn't block the crosswalk while I'm waiting. Now, sometimes I'll spot a sign that says, "State law, stop for pedestrians within crosswalk." This is a legal must. If someone is in the crosswalk, marked or unmarked, I'm required by law to stop. I wait until they've safely crossed my lane. No exceptions, especially at mid-block crossings, school zones, or intersections without traffic lights. There's also the state law, yield for pedestrians within crosswalk sign. This one tells me to slow down and yield if anyone's crossing or about to cross. If they're near or in the crosswalk, I need to be ready to stop. I see these a lot near schools or in busy downtown areas. And then there's the classic PED Xing sign. That just means pedestrian crossing, and it's a heads up. People cross here all the time. I should slow down, keep my eyes peeled, and be ready to stop, even if I don't see anyone yet. These pop up around schools, parks, and city centers. So if I'm driving and spot any of these signs, slowing down and giving pedestrians the right of way isn't just polite, it's the law, and it keeps everyone safer. Speed limit ahead. This sign isn't just a suggestion, it's your early warning that a new speed limit is coming up. Maybe you're about to hit a city limit, a school zone, or a rural highway. If you see this ahead, start prepping to adjust your speed. If the limit drops, ease off the gas and slow down gradually. No sudden braking, just smooth and steady. Ramp speed advisory. These signs are your best friend when you're taking a highway ramp. They show up right before or at a ramp entrance. The number isn't random, it's the safe speed you should take that curve. Trust me, you do not want to take that ramp at highway speed. Slow it down, let your car grip the curve, and roll through safely. Exit speed advisory. Just left the highway? This sign tells you the safest speed to take the exit ramp curve. As soon as you see it, bring your speed down to what's posted and steer smoothly through the curve. No jerky moves. Divided highway begins. You'll see this before you enter a road where a median or barrier splits traffic. Here's what to do. Always stay to the right of the median and be extra cautious when merging or making turns. Divided highway ends. When the separation disappears, you're back to two-way traffic. Heads up, now you might have cars coming straight at you. Stick to your lane, stay alert, and watch for oncoming vehicles. No passing zone sign. This one's important. If you see this at the start of a section, it means you can't pass anyone, probably because of hills, curves, or poor visibility. Don't even think about overtaking. Wait it out until you're clear and it's legal to pass again. Playground sign. Spot this sign near parks, schools, or neighborhoods. Slow down and stay sharp. Kids can dart out without warning. Always be ready to hit the brakes gently and watch both sides of the street. 270-degree loop curve sign. This is a tight one, like a highway ramp that bends sharply, sometimes for a full 3/4 circle. Slow way down before you enter and steer carefully through. Don't stomp on the brakes mid-curve or you'll lose control. Roundabout sign. This sign means you're coming up to one of those circular intersections. Ease off the gas, yield to cars already in the circle, and always signal when you exit. Keep your eyes moving. Things can get busy in there. Slippery when wet sign. If you see this, the road surface can get slick fast when it rains or snows. Reduce speed when it's wet, and avoid sudden braking or stomping the gas. Gentle inputs are your safest bet. Falling rock sign. Usually in the hills or mountains, this sign means rocks could fall onto the road. Stay alert, scan the road for debris, and whatever you do, don't park or stop right under unstable slopes. Divided highway begins. That means you're coming up to a section of the road where traffic going the opposite direction is separated by a median or a barrier. You'll usually see this before you enter a multi-lane highway, a freeway, or any divided road. The rule here, stay to the right of the median. Watch for cars changing lanes or merging. Don't get caught off guard. Traffic can move fast and drivers may weave as they enter or exit. Steep grade or hill ahead. This sign warns you about a steep downhill slope coming up, which makes braking and control much harder, especially if you're driving a heavy vehicle or a truck. You'll spot these on mountain roads, in hilly neighborhoods, or anywhere there's a long descent. What should you do? Slow down before you start going downhill. Shift to a lower gear if you can, and keep your speed under control. Look out for runaway truck ramps. They're there for emergencies. Dead end. If you see this sign, the road you're driving on just stops. There's no through route, so you'll either need to turn around or find another way. You'll usually find these signs at the entrance to dead-end streets, cul-de-sacs, or rarely traveled roads. At night or in bad weather, take extra care so you don't accidentally drive off the end. Always slow down and be prepared to stop. 2-direction large arrow. This giant arrow means the road splits left and right up ahead, usually at a T intersection. You'll see these at the end of a street or right before a T junction. When you see this, get ready to turn either left or right, and if there's a stop sign, make sure you stop and check carefully for cross traffic before you go. Dip. A dip sign means there's a sudden drop or a low spot in the road. If you hit it fast, it can jolt your car or even damage your suspension. These are common on rural roads, older streets, and anywhere prone to flooding. Always slow down for dips and be extra careful if it's raining or snowing. Dips can collect water or ice and become dangerous. Bicycle crossing or bike route. This sign tells you that bicycles may be crossing the road or sharing the lane with you. You'll usually see it near bike lanes, trail crossings, or in cities with lots of bike traffic. Your job is to yield to cyclists and give them plenty of space. Always check for bikes, especially if you're passing near driveways or paths. If you ignore these rules, you could cause a serious crash, or worse. Plus, many places will fine you or take points off your license for not giving bikes enough space. Equestrian crossing. This means you're in an area where people ride horses across or alongside the road. Expect to see this near ranches, trails, or rural neighborhoods. Slow down and never honk. Loud noises can spook horses. If you see a rider crossing, be prepared to stop and let them pass safely. Deer crossing. This sign pops up where wild deer are common, especially at night or when the sun's coming up or going down. You'll find these in forests, on country roads, or near wildlife areas. Slow down and watch for any movement along the side of the road. If you see one deer, chances are more will follow. Cattle crossing. This means farm animals, especially cows, could be crossing or standing in the road. Look for this sign in farming areas, ranch land, or open range zones. Reduce your speed, don't honk, and wait until all the animals are clear before you go. Emergency vehicle warning sign. This sign means you're near a place where ambulances, fire trucks, or police vehicles might suddenly enter the road. You'll find it close to fire stations, EMS facilities, or ambulance depots. When you see it, slow down and stay alert. Be ready to yield or stop. Never block driveways marked for emergency use. Farm vehicles. This sign warns of slow-moving farm equipment like tractors or harvesters crossing or driving on the road. Expect these in rural areas near fields or barns. The right move? Reduce speed, prepare to slow or stop quickly, and be patient. Farm vehicles are slow, wide, and may not signal turns. Never pass unless it's absolutely safe and legal. Ignoring this sign can lead to rear-end crashes or risky passes on narrow rural roads. No trucks. This one means commercial trucks or large vehicles can't go beyond this point. You'll see this near residential areas, historic districts, school zones, or bridges with weight limits. Truck drivers need to detour or use approved routes. If you're in a regular car or pickup, you're usually fine, unless another sign says otherwise. Why does it matter? It protects roads, cuts down on traffic jams, and keeps noise low where people live or learn. No pedestrian crossing. Pedestrians aren't allowed to cross here, often at busy roads, construction zones, or spots without crosswalks. As a driver, still watch out for people jaywalking. Pedestrians should wait for the next legal crosswalk. Do not drive on tracks. This one tells you to stay off rail tracks, especially where streetcars or light rail lines run alongside the road. You'll see it in cities with light rail or trolley systems. Don't stop or drive on the tracks. Stay in your lane, obey the signs. Light rail transit approaching, activated or blank out sign. You'll spot this dynamic sign at rail crossings or shared use lanes. When it lights up, a train is coming. Stop and don't cross. Wait for the train to pass and follow other traffic signals or gates. Hospital sign. This blue sign with a big H means a hospital is nearby. Expect ambulance activity and high foot traffic. Drive carefully, avoid honking, and don't block emergency entrances. In these areas, speeding or loud noise can actually delay care for someone in trouble. Library sign. This green sign means a public library is close, usually in neighborhoods, school zones, or downtown. Drive slowly and quietly. Look out for children and families crossing the street. Airport sign. This sign means you're approaching an airport entrance or a route leading there. You'll see it on highways or near intersections for terminals. Follow the signs closely, watch for sudden lane changes, and expect more traffic, taxis, and rental cars. Tow-away zone sign. Parking here isn't just illegal, you'll get towed. Look for this sign in fire lanes, loading zones, or event areas. Don't even park for a second, find a legal spot or check for temporary loading signs. Divided highway crossing sign. This sign means you're about to cross a divided highway, so you'll cross each direction of traffic separately. At these intersections, check both ways carefully. Traffic can come fast from either side. Road closed sign. If you see this, the road ahead is shut to all vehicles, no exceptions. You'll spot it at construction zones, flooded areas, or after big storms. Don't ignore it. Turn around, find another way, and follow detour signs. Ignoring this sign might get you stuck, fined, or in a dangerous situation you could have avoided. Let's talk about the U.S. route marker. These ubiquitous symbols are more than just signs. They're a key part of the American road system. The classic shield sign you see on highways across America. It's a familiar sight, a constant presence on our nation's roadways. It marks the United States numbered highway system, a carefully planned network. A network connecting cities and states long before the interstate system. It represents a bygone era of road travel, a time when these routes were the primary arteries of commerce and connection. These aren't just random roads, they are deliberately designed. They're part of a coordinated national grid, a testament to thoughtful planning and engineering. This grid ensures efficient and logical routes across the country. The sign itself is a white ornate shield, a design that has stood the test of time, with a black outline and bold black numbers, making it easily visible and readable even at high speeds. Instantly recognizable. It's an iconic symbol deeply embedded in American culture. You'll spot these markers at regular intervals, reassuring you that you're on the correct path. After major intersections where route changes are most likely to occur, and at junctions with other highways, providing clear guidance at potentially confusing points. They help you confirm you're on the right route, giving you peace of mind as you travel, or guide you to make the correct turn, preventing you from getting lost or taking unnecessary detours. When you see a U.S. route marker, it's all about navigation, providing essential information for your journey. Are you on the right road? This is the question the sign is designed to answer. If yes, keep going. Continue your journey with confidence. If not, check your map or GPS. Recalibrate and get back on course. These signs don't tell you to stop or change speed. They are not regulatory. They're purely informational, designed to assist you in your travels. Think of them as your travel breadcrumbs, a trail of guidance along your route, guiding you across the country, connecting you to destinations near and far. Now let's talk about the interstate route marker, the red, white, and blue shield. It marks the Eisenhower Interstate System, America's high-speed superhighways. When you see this sign, you're on a major, multi-lane controlled access road built for long-distance travel. The shield's bold colors and design make it impossible to miss. You'll find these markers at every entrance ramp along the highway and at major interchanges. They signal high-speed travel, no stop signs, no intersections, just smooth driving. Your job: maintain safe speed, watch for exits, and enjoy the ride. Interstate numbers offer a quick guide to direction. Evens generally run east-west across the country, providing key routes for long-distance travel. Odds, on the other hand, run north-south, connecting different regions and facilitating travel up and down the nation. The numbering system also tells you where you are geographically. Numbers increase as you move from west to east. Similarly, they increase from south to north, giving you a sense of your position on the map. What about those 3-digit interstates? They have a special purpose. If the first digit is even, it usually indicates a loop around a city, providing an alternate route to avoid the urban core. However, if the first digit is odd, it typically signifies a spur into a city, offering direct access to downtown areas. Understanding these numbering conventions helps you avoid wrong turns, reduces confusion, and keeps your journey smooth. Let's cover the stop sign ahead warning sign. It's a yellow diamond with a mini stop sign and the word ahead, a clear warning to slow down. You'll see it where the actual stop sign isn't visible. Over hills, around curves, or hidden by trees. It's placed on faster roads or before blind intersections to give you time to react. When you see it, ease off the gas and start scanning for the real stop sign. Don't slam the brakes, just prepare to stop smoothly. This sign buys you precious reaction time. Stay alert, and you'll always be ready for what's ahead. Whether you're a new driver or a seasoned road warrior, being alert to these signs can help prevent accidents and make the roads safer for everyone. Understanding them isn't just about passing a driving test, it's about saving lives. A single missed yield sign can lead to a fender bender. Ignoring a school zone sign, the consequences can be way more serious. Every sign you pass, speed limits, merges, railroad crossings, has a purpose. They give you time to react, make smart choices, and avoid accidents before they happen. So whether you're just starting out, or you've been driving for years, staying alert to these signs could save a life, maybe even your own. If this helped you feel more confident behind the wheel, hit like, subscribe, and share it with anyone learning to drive. Every share means more safe drivers on the road. Let's spread road sign awareness together, one sign at a time. Thanks for watching, drive safe, and we'll see you in the next video.